The Ukrainian city of Vuhledar has become a focal point in the ongoing war with Russia. This mining town holds significant strategic value for both sides. For Russia, capturing Vuhledar would provide a much-needed victory. It would also grant them control of crucial supply lines. For Ukraine, holding on to Vuhledar is crucial. The city's high ground offers a commanding view. This makes it easier to repel Russian advances. The fight for Vuhledar represents a pivotal moment. The outcome could significantly influence the conflict's trajectory. Despite relentless assaults, Ukrainian troops continue to defend with fierce determination. However, the situation remains precarious. Russian forces have made significant gains encircling the city. Intense fighting continues within Vuhledar's outskirts. The city's fate hangs in the balance. The battle for Vuhledar exemplifies the brutal nature of this conflict. Heavy artillery bombardments have reduced much of the city to rubble. Civilian infrastructure has been heavily damaged. The human cost is immense, with casualties mounting on both sides. As fighting intensifies, the humanitarian situation in Vuhledar deteriorates rapidly. The city's remaining residents face dire circumstances. Constant shelling makes it incredibly dangerous to venture outside. Access to essential supplies like food, water, and medicine is extremely limited. The evacuation of civilians, particularly vulnerable groups like children and the elderly, has become a top priority. While all children have been successfully evacuated from Vuhledar, many elderly residents remain trapped. They are unable or unwilling to leave their homes despite the escalating danger. Aid organizations face immense challenges in reaching those in need within Vuhledar. The ongoing fighting and the threat of unexploded ordnance make it incredibly risky for aid convoys to access the city. This lack of access exacerbates the humanitarian crisis. The situation in Vuhledar serves as a stark reminder of the human toll of this conflict. Thousands of civilians are caught in the crossfire, their lives upended by the violence. The international community must prioritize efforts to alleviate the suffering of these innocent victims. Providing humanitarian aid and securing safe passage for those seeking refuge are crucial steps in addressing this unfolding crisis. The Kremlin's decision to increase military spending has sparked outrage within Russia. 40% of the budget is now allocated to defense, raising concerns about government priorities. Many believe funds should go to healthcare, education, and infrastructure. This spending supports the Kremlin's military campaign in Ukraine, but it comes at a significant cost to the Russian people. Other crucial sectors are neglected. Protests have erupted in several cities. Demonstrators voice their anger and frustration. The Kremlin's response has been swift and harsh. Ukraine accuses Russia of executing POWs. Ukraine claims Russian troops executed 16 Ukrainian soldiers who had surrendered. This reportedly occurred in the Kherson region, an area of intense fighting. Ukraine asserts it has evidence to substantiate these claims. If true, these executions violate international law, specifically the Geneva Conventions. Ukraine calls for a comprehensive international investigation. Russia denies these allegations, calling them propaganda. The United Nations has called for an independent investigation. This incident highlights the need for accountability in this conflict. Section 5, Zelensky's declaration, Ukraine ramps up military production. In a significant development, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has announced a substantial increase in Ukraine's domestic production of military equipment. This move aims to bolster Ukraine's defenses and reduce its reliance on foreign aid. Zelensky stressed the importance of self-sufficiency in the face of Russian aggression. He emphasized Ukraine's determination to defend its sovereignty and territorial integrity. By ramping up domestic production, Ukraine seeks to ensure a steady supply of essential military equipment. This includes ammunition, artillery pieces, and armored vehicles. While Ukraine remains grateful for the support it receives from its international partners, this move towards increased self-reliance is crucial. It allows Ukraine to exercise greater control over its defense strategy and reduces its vulnerability to fluctuations in foreign aid. This development has been met with praise from Ukraine's allies. They recognize the importance of a strong and independent Ukraine. The increase in domestic military production not only strengthens Ukraine's defense capabilities, but also serves as a testament to the resilience and determination of the Ukrainian people. Section 6, Environmental Catastrophe, Russia's actions threaten ecosystem. Ukraine has accused Russia of perpetrating an environmental disaster by deliberately releasing chemical waste into a river. This act of ecocide has had devastating consequences for the local ecosystem, resulting in the deaths of countless fish and other wildlife. The environmental impact of this conflict extends far beyond the immediate destruction caused by military operations. The release of hazardous materials into the environment poses a long-term threat to human health and biodiversity. Environmental organizations have condemned Russia's actions, calling for an immediate cessation of hostilities and a commitment to protecting the environment. The long-term consequences of this environmental damage are still unknown. However, it is clear that the impact on the region's ecosystem will be significant and long-lasting. Ukraine is demanding accountability and compensation for the environmental damage caused by Russia's actions. This incident highlights the often overlooked environmental toll of armed conflict. It underscores the need for greater international cooperation in addressing environmental crimes and holding perpetrators accountable. Section 7. A united front. International support for Ukraine remains strong. The international community continues to stand in solidarity with Ukraine. They condemn Russia's aggression and provide unwavering support to the Ukrainian people. This support takes various forms, including economic sanctions, humanitarian aid, and military assistance. Numerous countries have imposed stringent economic sanctions on Russia. These sanctions target key sectors of the Russian economy, aiming to cripple its ability to finance the war effort. The goal is to exert maximum pressure on the Kremlin to cease its aggression and engage in meaningful diplomacy. In addition to sanctions, the international community has mobilized substantial humanitarian aid to alleviate the suffering of Ukrainian civilians. This aid includes food, water, shelter, medical supplies, and psychological support. International organizations and NGOs are working tirelessly on the ground to deliver this aid to those most in need. Furthermore, many countries provide Ukraine with military assistance. This includes lethal aid in the form of weapons systems, ammunition, and intelligence sharing. This support aims to bolster Ukraine's defense capabilities and enable them to resist Russian aggression effectively.